I'm KG Stiles with your Astro Highlights, brought to you by PurePlantEssentials.com Organic Aromatherapy. This is your Astro Highlights for 2011. We are in a universal year of 4. We get this number by adding the numbers in 2011. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. The 2 in 2011 signifies peace and harmony. The millennium, called the 21st century, is propelling us individually and collectively to create peace and harmony within ourselves and in our world. As we move further into the 21st century, we are learning more about just how to go about creating and living in peace and harmony within and without. The 11 in 2011 signifies a gateway, a portal of truth. This year, each of us individually is passing through our own inner gateway of truth. After this year, you will no longer be able to lie to yourself or dishonor yourself or another without directly experience immediate repercussions. Even now, you may be noticing that you are receiving immediate feedback from your choices and being given an opportunity to realize you are out of alignment with the truth of your being. The universal number 4 is the number of Earth and gives structure and manifestation to form. Global harmony has been activated and is becoming manifest through our social consciousness. We had a potent solar eclipse just at the Roman calendar New Year that was like rocket boosters to the new moon in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, the planet that gives form and structure. Saturn's symbolic glyph turned upside down looks like the number 4, the universal number of 2011. This was a powerful symbol by our universal creator of its intention to manifest truth this year in physical form. On February 3rd, we enter the Chinese New Year of the Metal Rabbit. This is the day after a new moon at 14 degrees Aquarius, which is in a close conjunction with Mars, the planet of action, desire, and initiative, and trine to Saturn, the planet that gives form and structure to our lives. This signals added boost to a powerful news cycle of beginning. Now we're getting yet another green light for moving ahead and giving form to our ideas. Saturn's recent retrograde motion on January 25th allows us the opportunity to slowly review our plans for restructuring the area of our life where it's presently located during the next 4.5 months and make adjustments that will support our long-range plans. This is in harmony with the Chinese metal rabbit energies, which move slowly and patiently. The rabbit is peace-loving and gentle, slow and patient, and enjoys the company of others to share fun experiences with. You might think of the metal element acting as a sword of truth. The metal element signifies sharp, defining moments and lends a degree of harshness to the year as it cuts away dead wood, that which no longer serves the greater good or the new structures that are coming into form. Look for where the Aquarian new moon is located in your chart to know which area of your life is highlighted. Let's have a look at the major transits occurring this year. Look in your personal astrology chart, your horoscope, to find out where each of these transits is happening to know which area of your life is being most affected. First, let's briefly review the various aspects by transit so you'll have some understanding about what to expect. Conjunctions are the most intense astrological aspects and may require tremendous effort at times and create the most impact. Trines feel fantastic, though because they are so easy and effortless can be taken for granted and thus not much of long-standing merit may be accomplished. The best way to always increase and maintain an increase with a trine is to remain humble and in gratitude, and sharing your bounty will always multiply your blessings. Every blessing you experience in life is by the power of grace and not by entitlement. This truth will become more apparent this year. The sextile aspect will usually bear a lasting fruit, requires more action than a trine on your part, and feels very satisfying. Oppositions bring opportunity for illumination when met with curiosity and openness, but may result in power struggles when either or right-wrong attitudes prevail, rather than the wisdom that there is room for differences and a desire for acceptance of what is, with heartfelt intention for moderation of one's behavior. It is through embracing the tension and discomfort of opposites that you transcend your resistant old patterns and struggles melt away to illumine alternative ways of perceiving. This is the power of alchemy to transform. So oppositions can feel rather intense, but ultimately the growth they offer is very rewarding and satisfying. So keep these general ideas about astrological aspects in your mind as we cover the transits for this year. Let's start with the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune. On January 22nd, Jupiter entered the sign of Aries. With its entry into Aries, Jupiter began a new 12-year cycle through the zodiac. The last Jupiter cycle started in 1999. Jupiter will remain in Aries less than 5 months as it initiates the expansion of consciousness and attracts good fortune in this area of your life. Jupiter will most impact and bestow opportunities and support for initiating projects by conjunction for the sun sign Aries and Aries ascendant, by trine the fire signs Leo and Sagittarius, by sextile the air signs Gemini and Aquarius, and by opposition the air sign Libra. Jupiter enters Taurus on June 4th. Taurus is a sign of sensual pleasure and enjoyment and ruled by Venus, the planet of love. Jupiter will remain in the sign of Taurus for the remainder of this year, after June, and will retrograde in Taurus at the end of August. On June 1st, we have a solar eclipse, new moon, at 11 degrees Gemini, signaling a powerful new beginning, and 2 weeks later, on June 15th, we have a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, signifying that a major culmination will have been reached by many of us for the changes initiated back at the time of the solar eclipse that took place on January 4th. Take this opportunity to celebrate all that you've accomplished thus far this year. So at this time, we have a new cycle beginning as the 6-month-long cycle that was initiated by the New Year eclipses reaches its culmination. Now, let's have a look at Saturn, the planet of structure and giving form. Saturn is now midway through its 2.5-year transit of Libra, the sign that rules fairness, balance, the law, social etiquette, and relationships of all kinds. Saturn is exalted in Libra and ruled by Venus, the planet of love, sensuality, and pleasure. On January 25th, Saturn turned retrograde for a review of all the restructuring and redesigning it initiated over the past 8 months since the end of May 2010. You are now given the opportunity to slow down, review, and refine any plans for redesigning in the area of your life where Saturn is located until June 12th, when Saturn will station direct just before the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on June 15th. Now, expansion and giving form to your ideas are given the green light, and there's clarity for moving ahead with your plans through the end of 2011. The astrological signs being most directly impacted for change by Saturn during its transit of Libra are Librans and those with Libra ascendant. During its transit of Libra, Saturn makes harmonious trine aspects to the air signs Aquarius and Gemini, is in opposition to the fire sign Aries, and sextile to the fire signs Sagittarius and Leo. Now let's visit Uranus, the planet of revolution. Uranus has been transiting the sign of Pisces for the past 8 years. Pisces rules the unconscious, the world of dreams and visions. Pisces dissolves barriers and structures, can create confusion and illusion, and you can become lost in fantasy and daydreams. On March 11th, Uranus will move out of Pisces and into the sign of Aries, the sign ruled by Mars, the planet of action and initiative. Again, we see a new 96-year cycle beginning for Uranus on the astrological wheel as it moves into Aries. The last time Uranus started a new cycle was in 1915. There can be impulsiveness with Aries, so take care to think before you leap. Many fresh new ideas are available to be acted upon, and you can become accident-prone during this time. Meditate and allow yourself space for integration and act from a clear mind when initiating your ideas. The time for revolutionary action has come. Uranus will remain in Aries for the next 8 years. The sign being most impacted during Uranus transit of Aries are those with Sun or Ascendant in Aries. Your way of being and perceiving the world will be forever changed. I recommend meditation, walks in nature, sea salt baths, yoga, breathing, and physical exercises of all kinds. The supersonic electrical charge of Uranus needs grounding so you don't burn out. During its transit of Aries, Uranus will trine the fire signs Leo and Sagittarius, form an opposition to the air sign Libra, and sextile the air signs Gemini and Aquarius. On April 5th through August 15th, the planet Neptune takes a brief dip into Pisces, the sign it naturally rules. Neptune has been transiting the sign of Aquarius, creating a lot of ideal notions about our common humanity, as well as confusion about how to go about revolutionizing various areas of our lives to reflect this new awareness that we share a common humanity. During Neptune's brief entry into its home sign of Pisces, Neptune will give rise to even more influx and mainstream use of telepathic experiences and realization that we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience. The negative side of Neptune and Pisces could result in complete dissolution of boundaries, confusion over what is mine and what is yours, blurring of the personal and the transpersonal, and being lost in a sea of fantasies with no foundation and complete loss of touch with reality. This marks a profound adjustment period for humanity to integrate the far-wide global awakening of our development and use of supersensible faculties in a grounded way. During this time, be sure to read the fine print, and remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So Neptune's brief sojourn in Pisces this April to August will give us some small idea about what we might experience during its 10-year stay in Pisces that begins for good in February 2012. Neptune will most profoundly impact, by conjunction, those with Pisces Sun or Ascendant, by trine the water sign Scorpio and Cancer, by opposition the earth sign Virgo, and by sextile the earth signs Capricorn and Taurus. Finally, there are a couple of big outer planet aspects I wanted to mention. On March 25th to April 2nd, Jupiter opposes Saturn. There's a major push-pull opportunity for illumination available with this transit. Jupiter expands and Saturn constricts. Like huge waves of contraction during labor while giving birth, something wants to be born through this opposition. Look to your own chart to see how this might be playing out on the stage of your own personal life. The key is to relax and allow the waves to move through you. Allow whatever is happening to be okay. On July 8th, into October, Uranus, the planet of revolution and sudden events, comes within 1 to 2 degree orb of squaring Pluto, the planet of regeneration, healing, and transformation. This is a recurring aspect through 2015. This square is exact in 2012, when it really gets activated. Sudden events and deep transformational change will occur to clear away old forms and structures from our collective past. On July 1st, just before this momentous start of the square between Uranus and Pluto, we have a solar eclipse, new moon at 9 degrees Cancer, signifying a powerful new beginning at home, for family, and our deepest collective memories. This is an ideal time for contemplating the healing that is unfolding for us individually and collectively over the next 6 months' time. I immediately think of Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, which was popularized and made into a major online world event by Oprah Winfrey. A New Earth would be good reading or listening for you during this time to prepare your fertile imagination with the positive potentials available to us now. On November 10th, there's a full moon in Taurus, and on that same day, Mars, the planet of action and desire, stations in the sign of Virgo for a long 8-month stay until July 2012. 2 weeks later, on November 18th, Thanksgiving Day in the USA, we have a solar eclipse new moon at 2 degrees Sag. That's Sagittarius, signaling freer expression, a time of expanding our consciousness and socializing with others over the next 6 months' time, followed by a lunar eclipse, full moon at 18 degrees Gemini on December 10th, also a very talkative and social sign. So there is a setup for renewal of home and coming together as a family and enjoying one another's company as we celebrate the end of 2011. Thanks so much for joining me for your 2011 Astro Highlights. I love sharing essential heavenly news with you and appreciate your being here. For more free articles and podcasts, as well as self-help products and services, please visit my website, kgstiles.com. Thanks again for joining me. May you enjoy a peaceful and prosperous 2011. I'm KG Stiles with your Astro Highlights.